The curtain has fallen on the Barclays Women's Super League season. With Chelsea already crowned champions, the final weekend was all about determining the order of the top three. Last time out, Manchester United secured a valuable European place at the expense of their city rivals, while second-placed Arsenal faltered against Brighton.
Manchester United call this place the theatre of dreams, and United can emphasise that point today. What a goal! Manchester City ahead. Smashed in for 2-0 City. Oh, and they have got one back. Grace Clinton. Mallard, she can make it 2-2 here. She has. That's it. Manchester United will be in the Champions League next season. Manchester City's hopes of that are over.
For Arsenal, a win guarantees second place in the WSL. Frank Kirby, cutting effort, top corner, Brighton in front. And on the volley, Jankovic finds the back of the net. Arsenal with it all to do again. Brighton have a third, and Arsenal are falling apart. Seike through on goal, and she finishes. Arsenal miss out on the opportunity to secure second place.
And so it all came down to the final day, with Arsenal and Manchester United battling for a more favourable qualifying route to next season's revamped Champions League. The Gunners needed only to avoid defeat to secure second place. Your commentary team at the Emirates Stadium was Rachel Brown-Finnis and Vicky Sparks.
Chloe Kelly replaces Beth Mead in Arsenal's only change from their surprise 4-2 loss against Brighton, with newly crowned Football Writers Association Player of the Year Alessia Russo leading the line against her former club. She's hoping to win the WSL's Golden Boot this afternoon, currently level on 12 goals with Khadija Shaw. Manchester United's top scorer Elizabeth Turland has a slight knock and is on the bench, although manager Mark Skinner does expect her to play some part today. Melvin Mallard replaces her in the starting 11, with Anna Sandberg and former Arsenal player Dominique Janssen also coming in. Gabby George and the injured Jade Riviere drop out. Arsenal look to create early doors, or a mistake by Fallon Tullis-Joyce. And the only goal for Arsenal. Chloe Kelly taking advantage of that error. Clinical from Kelly, but Fallon Tullis-Joyce, who has been so good for Manchester United this season.
Well, Manchester United certainly excel in that defensive department. Only 12 goals conceded, and it's just a mistake. It's not a decision-making mistake. She was right to come for the ball, Fallon Tullis-Joyce. But it's one of those in between. Do you put your hands in that W position because it's a little bit higher, or do you bring it into your chest? And she just got caught between the two, took her eye off the ball.
Here come Manchester United. Sandberg was in there. It's cleared away by Fox. Janssen. Once again, Arsenal make first contact. Clinton is eyeing this up, though. Oh, brilliant save, Zinsberger. Super effort from Grace Clinton. Zinsberger equal to it.
Grace Clinton shapes it. Look at Zinsberger, leaps up. It's just a metre away from the post.
Still alive. And Zinsberger this time can't keep it out. Ella Toone levels for Manchester United. And what a game we've got on the final day here at the Emirates. Arsenal won, Manchester United won.
As a defensive unit, you've got to get back to doing your jobs pretty quickly. You can't be applauding that save. And first contact is Manchester United. Second contact is Manchester United. And Arsenal were just like statues.
Caitlin Ford allowed to continue. Oh, was she brought down there? Yes, she was, says referee Mel Bergin. Well, Manchester United wanted a free kick earlier on, but in the end, Grace Clinton has been penalised, and Arsenal have the spot kick. you like? Arsenal back in front, 2-1.
It's a beautifully taken, perfectly executed penalty from Caldenti. He pauses, looks up, looks down, and just slots it coolly as you like home.
Forward by Letitia. Over the head of Turlands. Miyazawa lets that bounce. Letitia takes charge, and Miyazawa then loses out, and Letitia can only poke it through to Chloe Kelly. Here is Leonardson Morning. McCabe. Oh, beautiful ball. Leonardson Morning goes for goal and finds it. On target this time on the angle, Frida Leonardson Morning. And Arsenal lead by 3-1.
A beautiful passage of play down this left-hand side. And how much more effective is Mornham off of this left-hand side of Letitia? But it's the run, the timing of run, the perfection of the pass, straight into a stride, lovely touch, close to her foot, and just arcs and shapes that body, Mornham. Tullis Joyce, no chance, side netting. And 3-1 Arsenal.
Here come Arsenal once more. Little, brilliant. Arsenal are simply unplayable at the moment. What a second half this is from the Gunners.
A couple of decades nearly that Kim Little has been playing in this WSL. Have we seen Kim Little do this onto her right foot, and with precision, with very little effort, with such skill.
Catley has to watch this with Malar in close attendance. Here's McCabe. Loose. A real opportunity here for Manchester United, and the deflection takes it in. Top scorer Elizabeth Turlands gives the visitors hope.
Sloppy play. Look at the gaps there between Katie McCabe playing at. Level of fortune about the finish. But at that point, Katie's got to open up and play it down the line. The deflection makes it a reaction save, but just can't get up and power off of that right-hand side.
Bizet. It's a decent delivery. Now cleared away by Arsenal. Helped forward by Janssen. Might get the shot away here through Turlands. Blocked away by Arsenal. Bizet. Oh, penalty. Well. Manchester United's turn for a spot kick. And this could make things very interesting.
Similar to the Caitlin Ford one in some ways, the ball goes to the side and then the collision happens between the two players.
It's Letitia. It's 4-3. And here we go.
Beautifully struck penalty, excellently executed. The poise and calmness.
Janssen with the up and under against her former side, and that will pretty much be that. In fact, that is that. Arsenal finish runners-up in the WSL and carry that momentum after back-to-back defeats into their Champions League final with Barcelona. It finishes Arsenal 4, Manchester United 3.
For so many reasons, it was important today to show ourselves from our best side and show spells with really positive Arsenal way football. And going into the final, but the final will be a total different game with an opposition that will ask us different questions. So, but I'm happy with the win today, absolutely.
Chelsea walked out at Stamford Bridge knowing they'd lift their 6th successive WSL trophy at the end of the 90 minutes, avoid defeat to Liverpool, and they've become the first team to complete an invincible 22-game season. Watching over proceedings was Robin Cowan.
Only Hannah Hampton and Sjoeke Noes can keep their places from the win over Spurs. Lucy Brongs, Millie Bright and Sandy Baltimore all rested last weekend's return. Aggie Beever-Jones leads the line. She has 6 career goals against Liverpool, including 2 this season. One change for Liverpool from the loss in the Merseyside derby, with Gemma Evans coming in for Grace Fisk. The Blues will once again be wary of the threats posed by Olivia Smith, who scored against them in the FA Cup semi-final. She has 9 goals in all competitions this season. And Chelsea's turn to try and make the breakthrough before half-time. Baltimore away from Fisk. Baltimore with the pull back, and it's back-heeled wide by Kaptein. That would have been a special, special goal. The pullback just behind Kaptein. Improvised brilliantly. That was so, so close. And potential goal of the season contender had that gone in. Baltimore! Closest that Chelsea have come. She has looked the likeliest. Good pressure from Aggie Beever-Jones on Gemma Evans. Inches away. Laws wouldn't have got that. Plenty of power. Lawrence, great ball. Space here for Aggie Beever-Jones. Beever-Jones! Finishes off Liverpool late on again. This remarkable, magical season is finished with a flourish. Lawrence's ball. Hines sliding in, failed to cut it out. Beever-Jones keeping her cool, head down. Smashes it past Rachel Laws. And the lifelong Chelsea fan caps off a quite brilliant season for her personally with another brilliant goal. This is where Chelsea are at their finest, right at the death. Stamford Bridge is ready to party. And there we have it. Not only the WSL title, not only the biggest winning margin by WSL winners in its history, but now the most points accrued ever in a WSL season, thanks to that last-minute strike from Aggie Beever-Jones. Chelsea's WSL dominance continues. Their 8th title, and they finish in style with a win against Liverpool and an invincible season, full-time at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0. For the 8th time in their history, it's Chelsea, champions of England.
When I came here to Chelsea, I just met a club who had a lot of ambitions, and I think personally I also have a lot of ambitions and high expectations. So it was the main goal for us to be successful together, but to be able to achieve that with being unbeaten, I think that's not only a title, that's a big achievement. And I think, yeah, for us, for all the club, it's a really good season, it feels great.
Over to the Joy Stadium, where Manchester City looked to end a difficult season on a high. They hosted Crystal Palace in their final WSL match before heading back to the Championship. Commentary from Flo Pollock.
Hasegawa into Alexandri. Oh, she's given that away. Stengel now into Gael Jensen. Picks out Ashley Virden, who picks out the top corner. And Crystal Palace in front within 5 minutes. Poor giveaway from Alexandri. And the relegated Eagles strike first. That's not a great headed clearance. Caroline with the shot, in off the post. Man City are level, didn't take them long. She only had 1 goal in 10 WSL appearances before today. That will help her confidence. Well brought down by Stengel. Chops back, picks out goal, Jensen! Palace back in front. Swift counter-attack. Excellent hold-up and cut back from Stengel. And the finish sails past Keating. Oberfagino. Caroline. Out to Lauren Hemp. Fantastic delivery. Saved by Yanez and put in by Jill Rord. Came close moments ago. Gets City level. Delightful cross from Lauren Hemp. Lauren Hemp with the delivery. And Rebecca Knack heads it in. 2 goals in the last 2 for Manchester City. And how they've missed those Lauren Hemp deliveries this season. Fagino feeds Caroline. Still going, and the Brazilian gets Manchester City's 4th. Slick central move from City, and that's surely all 3 points secured. Moments left of this game. Put in, and Knack again. Such an aerial threat. Puts the gloss on this City win.
Leicester City had won just 1 of their last 7 WSL meetings with West Ham, but they took the lead inside the opening 10 minutes through a superb strike from captain Janice Kaiman. The Foxes doubled their advantage just after the half-hour mark when Hannah Kane latched onto Sam Tierney's clever through ball and slotted past Kinga Shemmick at the second time of asking. West Ham came out strongly after the break and pulled one back when Vivian Asseyi was quick to react to Kaiman's attempted clearance. Moments later, however, Leicester restored their 2-goal cushion when Kane raced onto Asmita Ailes' through ball before lifting her shot over the on-rushing Shemmick. The Hammers were always in the contest and reduced the deficit midway through the half when Asseyi beat Janina Leitzik at her near post. Every time West Ham looked to be gaining a foothold in the game, Leicester hit back. And they did so again with a wonderful goal from Tierney to cap off an entertaining afternoon at the King Power Stadium. After winning the reverse fixture in October, Brighton were chasing a first league double against Aston Villa, but their hopes were dented when Ebony Salmon opened the scoring with a brilliant solo run and finish after just 5 minutes. Villa had failed to win their final home game of the season in each of the last 4 campaigns, but that record looks set to change on the stroke of half-time when Rachel Daly doubled their lead. Brighton were unlucky not to find a route back into the game when Kiko Seke and Fran Kirby both were denied by the woodwork. But it got even better for Villa when Maz Pacheco, making her final appearance for the club, latched onto Sarah Mayling's layoff to add a third. Brighton managed a late consolation in stoppage time when Nikita Paris found the net from a tight angle, But the goal did nothing to take the shine off an assured and dominant display by Natalia Arroyo's side. Everton were unbeaten at home to Tottenham Hotspur in the WSL, and they took the lead at Walton Hall Park through a superb free kick from Beatrice Isari that seemed to take Lisa Kopp by surprise. However, Spurs stayed in the contest and equalised on the half hour when Olivia Holt beat the offside trap before her cross fell kindly to the feet of Drew Spence. Both sides spurned chances after the break, Courtney Brosnan with a smart save to deny Jessica Naz. But neither team could add a second, and it finished one apiece. So, confirmation of the results from the final weekend of the Barclays Women's Super League. Arsenal edged a 7-goal thriller against Manchester United. Aston Villa were too strong for Brighton. Chelsea capped off an unbeaten season with a home win over Liverpool. There was nothing to separate Everton and Tottenham. Leicester won a lively encounter against West Ham. And Manchester City came from behind to beat relegated Crystal Palace. This is how the final table of the season looks. Chelsea are champions for a 6th successive season. Arsenal hold on to 2nd place, with Manchester United in 3rd, closely followed by Manchester City. Aston Villa leapfrog West Ham, Everton and Liverpool to finish 6th, while at the bottom, Crystal Palace return to the Championship after just one season in the WSL, making way for London City Lionesses. That's all after another incredible season in the Barclays Women's Super League. Bye for now.
A new chapter begins for the WSL.
What an opening weekend clash between these title rivals.
Miedemar and in, no celebration from the former Arsenal legend.
A momentous occasion for Crystal Palace.
7-0 to the reigning champions.
Oh, it's brilliant! How about that?
It's the biggest game of the season.
Ramirez has hooked it in. Nightmare for Arsenal.
Jonas Eidevall has resigned at Arsenal.
Ever so sure, body sure. So strong, so dominant, so lethal.
And there's a roar from Sonia Bonpastor.
Everton beat Manchester City for the first time in the Women's Super League.
The first $1 million female player.
Trick for Toon, and United are in dreamland in the derby.
It's a wonder goal to round off a memorable afternoon for Arsenal.
Grace Clinton goes for rage, and that's fantastic.
City announced they had parted ways with Gareth Taylor.
Shakira Martinez has West Ham's 4th, and that's the end of the journey for Crystal Palace in the WSL.
A match-deciding moment, the mark of champions. Hansen here, who's gone for it all! This is absolutely astonishing!
And the header from Lucy Bronze is in, and Chelsea are champions.
Leonard Simornim goes for goal and finds it. It's all brilliant, simply unplayable. Arsenal finish runners-up in the WSL.
Viva Jones! This remarkable, magical season is finished with a flourish. Chelsea, champions of England.